Here we have the inside of the Elddis Majestic 194. If we firstly come to the main control panel just here, we can press this button and turn the 12 volts on. After we've done this, we then have this button here with a little picture of a tap on it, which turns the water pump on and off. Whenever the water pump is in operation, we will get a green illumination to let us know, and when the pump stops, obviously it goes back out again. We then have the main isolator for all the lights on board, and then they can all be individually turned on and off on their own switches. This button here just turns the awning light on and off. This one lets us know the condition of the leisure battery, and then this one here lets us know how much fresh water is on board. Beneath it, we then have the control panel for the Whale heating and hot water system. So you'll see we have water heater just here, and if I begin to press this button, it will go over a series of icons until eventually ending back at off. So if we start with the first icon just here, little picture of a snowflake, this is the boiler's frost protection mode. So if you are using the van in cold climate and there is a danger of it freezing, but you don't necessarily want to be heating your hot water, you can put it on this mode here, and if the temperature outside drops below 3-4 degrees, it will then come on to prevent any frost damage. Next we have a single wavy line. Wavy lines represent mains electricity. So now we would be heating hot water using mains using about 1 kilowatt. Two wavy lines, mains electricity at 2 kilowatts. So just dependent on the ampage of the site you're on to stop yourself from tripping. If we have no mains, we can put it on a little flame there and use the gas supply. And if we want virtually instant hot water, we can then use dual fuel if available. This is also handy, especially in the winter months. So we have gas and mains at 1 kilowatt and gas and mains at 2 kilowatts. Whenever you are consuming gas, a little flame will just appear here. Beneath we then have heating. And again, you'll see as I press, we go over a series of icons until eventually ending back at off. Again, main supply with the wavy lines, but this time using about 500 watts. 1 kilowatt, 2 kilowatts. Again, gas on its own. And then the dual fuel mode. We control the temperature on the plus and the minus just here. And again, whenever you're consuming gas, a little flame will appear here. Whale recommend dropping the thermostat down to the little moon if you need your heating on at night time. It's a low heat, but secondly the fan will be relatively quiet. And if it's just a hot day and you just want to circulate the air around, you can drop it all the way to the little snowflake just here. If we now come to the front of the motorhome, you'll see up here that we have the carbon monoxide alarm and smoke alarm and the Avtex television. The Avtex television acts virtually like any normal TV does, so on and off just on this button here. Once it has come on, depending on where you are, you may need to retune it in. And its fast retune button is just here. It's just a matter of just holding it in. And it will then take you straight back to the retune menu. And then just hit OK to retune. Obviously at the moment I don't need to, so I'm just going to press exit. We then have the TV guide just here. This also comes with a DVD player just down the side, and on the top we have USB connectivity as well. As we move along, we will then come to the Dometic fridge just here. We're currently in the off position. If we want to run it on mains, we flick it to the 2-pin plug. After that, we have 12 volt maintain for when we are driving. We do need to make sure that the fridge has already been pre-chilled before travel. And then lastly, we can also run it on gas. If we are going to do that, what we want is for the line here to drift out of the white into the green. And to do this, we need to come across the temperature control, hold it in and push the igniter. And you'll now see that it is lit. As soon as we turn it to anything else, it will then automatically put itself straight out. Push down to open the door. We have the freezer box, which is removable just here. Next we have the microwave. Do make sure that the plate is removed for travel. Then we have the normal stuff: quick start, stop just here, power selection, defrost, time select just like turning this part. The microwave is plugged in just up here. The hob is dual fuel, so we have one electric hot plate. Operates on this one just here. And then the rest are gas. So it is just a matter of pushing in, twisting and pressing the igniter. Beneath you'll find the grill. And again, it's just push in, twist and press the igniter. And then beneath that, the oven. Underneath the oven you'll find the intake for the heating system and the gas isolation tap for the oven and the fridge. They are all in the on position, and all the gas isolation taps can be left alone. They are more for maintenance than anything else. I always say if you smell gas in the van, just go to the source and turn the gas bottle off. There is also a plug plugged in just here, and this is for the electric hot plate. If we now go into the washroom, we have a basin and a shower, the Thetford toilet. Bowl does swivel about. Open to the cassette on the lever just here, and then push to flush just up here. Level indicator just here, so it will illuminate when the cassette needs emptying, and then close the flap back up again. If the flap has been left open and you try to remove the cassette, it will not come out. Above my head we have the Omnivent fan. To operate, wind the roof vent up just here, and then middle button to turn the unit on, and then we have arrows out for extraction and arrows in for cooling. Variable fan speed just by pressing. Do make sure that the vent is back down again for travel. If we now go into the wardrobe, we have the freestanding table in here and also the television aerial. The mast is currently in the up position. To lower it, undo, and then drop the mast back down, and then retighten. Do not over tighten these because you can split the plastic. When the mast is up, you can also turn the tail just here to flip it from the horizontal position to the vertical if you need to do additional tuning. The actual digital amplifier for the TV aerial is just here, on and off on the black switch on the side, and then control the boost just on the inner dial just here. If we now take up the step carpet just here, we will find the location of the water pump just here. We also have gas isolation taps for the heating and hot water system. The boiler actually sits in the floor just here, and the boiler drain valve is just the yellow lever here. It's currently in the closed position. To drain the boiler down for winterization, all we need to do is make sure the water pump is turned off and then turn across like so. Currently the water pump is on, so it's just now frantically trying to refill the boiler up. So if I now flap it back across, it will now reprime the boiler, and then the pump will turn itself back off again. In the step above, we just have storage. And then at the rear we have the two single beds that can be made also into a really large double just by adding this piece here. So slide it into place and then just drop the infill in, as you can see. We can also gain access to the storage by lifting up or by just going in through the doors. Also, in the ceiling at the back you will find the PIR sensor for the alarm. It's advisable, no different than with the smoke alarm and the carbon monoxide alarm, to just press the buttons just to make sure that they are working, as all of them require batteries. If we now return back to the wardrobe and just drop right the way down to the bottom here, we have the consumer unit. So we have the individual MCBs, the main RCD and the test button just here. So if something's not working on main supply, just come in here to see whether or not you've tripped. Beneath we then have the 12 volt fuses, and again they're all labelled up. And then lastly, as this is a fully winterized van, The fresh and the waste tank have heaters in them. So if this switch is turned on like it is now and there's water in the tanks, if the temperature outside is below 3 or 4 degrees, the tank heaters will come on. To avoid any frost damage, we can turn it off just like so.